at the most secure military gala in Europe. My sister looked me dead in the eye, laughed, and publicly humiliated me in front of generals, diplomats, and intelligence chiefs. She thought I was just a waitress. What she didn't know was that within the hour, her entire world would collapse, and she'd be forced to watch it happen. Chapter 1. The Room of Power. The military gala at the U.S. Embassy in Paris looked like something pulled straight from a recruitment commercial. Crystal chandeliers poured light onto polished marble floors. Uniforms were pressed so sharply they looked dangerous. Medals glinted. Champagne flutes chimed softly under the low hum of power and politics. And me? I blended into the background. Black and white catering uniform. Hair pulled tight, tray balanced perfectly on my palm. Invisible. That was the plan. No one was supposed to notice me tonight. Especially not my sister. I moved between tables like furniture. Silent. Forgettable, until Emily saw me. She was standing across the ballroom, laughing with two French military attaches. Her red dress caught the light perfectly. Of course it did. Emily always knew how to command attention. Then her eyes locked onto mine, and that smile appeared, the one that always meant trouble. She raised her champagne glass slightly and said, loud enough for everyone around to hear, "Well, look at you, just a waitress now, huh? Guess the Air Force didn't need you after all." One attached chuckled awkwardly. The other pretended to admire the artwork on the wall. I didn't react. 3 years of training and 3 years of pain had taught me how not to. I placed the tray in front of her. "Canapes?" I asked calmly. She didn't take one. She just smiled, like she'd already won. Chapter 2. What They Didn't See. I walked away. Pulse steady. Face neutral. Because tonight wasn't about her. Not really. This room was packed with power. U.S. generals, French colonels, defense contractors, cybersecurity executives, NATO decision makers, and in the center of it all, Philip Vaughn. I'd been tracking him for months. He was shaking hands with a tech executive I recognized from an old cybersecurity conference. I didn't slow down, but my eyes caught something important. A small gift-wrapped box. Slipped quietly into the man's jacket pocket. That was my confirmation. Embassy security was watching the crowd, but not the right people. They weren't watching him. I was. Chapter 3. 3 years earlier. 3 years earlier, I wasn't wearing a catering uniform. I was wearing Air Force blues, ribbons aligned, shoes polished, career intact, until I was summoned into a closed-door review room at Cyber Defense Command. Colonel Mason sat at the head of the table. OC, JAG, NATO liaison officers. And a folder in front of each of them. My name printed on every cover. Captain Lel, Mason said, "You're here regarding a security breach involving classified radar data under your clearance." I told them the truth. I'd discovered the breach. I'd reported it. They didn't believe me. Access logs, IP traces, timestamps. Everything pointed to me. Every defense I raised had already been dismissed. And then I saw her, through the observation window, Emily, standing there, not looking at me. The verdict came fast. Honorable discharge. Clearance revoked. Career over. As I walked out carrying a cardboard box with my life inside it, Emily was waiting. "You should just accept it," she said. "Fighting it will only make you look worse." That sound, her heels clicking as she walked away, stayed with me longer than the discharge papers. Chapter 4. The package. 6 months later, back in my hometown, fixing cracked phone screens for a living. A package arrived. No return address. Inside, a USB drive. One word scratched into it. Oracle. My old call sign and a note in my father's handwriting. "Katie, this is for when you're ready. Trust the timing." My father had been dead for 2 years. That meant whatever this was, he'd planned it long before I was framed. Chapter 5. The truth hiding in the attic. 2 weeks later, after a storm knocked out power, I found it. A hidden floorboard in the attic. A safe. Inside, an encrypted hard drive. A leather-bound journal. A note. "If you're reading this, the storm came for you. Some people you trust are not what they seem." The journal detailed NATO radar anomalies, unauthorized data pings, suppressed investigations, and one set of initials kept appearing. L, then a photo. My father, General Marcus Delaney, and Emily, together. Chapter 6. The plan. That's when I called in favors. Tom Reiner, former penetration tester, now off-grid hacker. Bobby Hargrove. OC. They confirmed it. Vaughn was still active. Still leaking data. Still protected. And he'd be in Paris at the Gala. Bobby said it plainly. "If you can confirm the handoff, Delaney will have no choice but to act." My cover? Catering staff. Invisible. Perfect. Chapter 7. The handoff. Back in the ballroom, Vaughn met his contact, Duval, defense contractor. The exchange was subtle, efficient, professional. My tray camera captured everything. Then I saw it. Emily, watching and nodding. Just once. Chapter 8. The final insult. Emily drifted toward me again. "From Air Force blues to serving drinks," she said softly. "Guess ambition wasn't your strong suit." I didn't react. I pressed the transmitter. The live feed went straight to General Delaney. Emily leaned in. "Unless you're hoping for a tip." That's when Delaney turned. He looked at me, and I leaned in just enough to whisper 3 words. In French, "Don't drink." His hand froze. Then his eyes sharpened. "Oracle?" he murmured. And just like that, the night changed. Chapter 9. The fall. Military police moved. Vaughn was cuffed. Duval intercepted. The package seized. 2 terabytes of classified NATO data. And Emily? She stood frozen, watching everything unravel. The breach, the frame-up, the truth, all exposed. Chapter 10. The confession. Later, in a secure room, Emily finally said it. I knew who did it. I stayed quiet. Pulling that thread would have taken me down too. She chose survival. She chose herself. She chose to let me fall. Chapter 11. What justice really looks like. My record was cleared. My rank restored. They offered me command. I said no. Because power inside the system is limited. But truth moves faster outside it. That morning, Emily left me a notebook. 1 line written inside. I chose wrong. No apology, just proof. Final moment. The line that ends it all. I didn't get my old life back. I got something better. Freedom. Because some battles aren't about rank or medals, they're about walking away knowing you didn't bend, even when it would have been easier. And my sister? She'll live with her choices. I'll live with mine.